How are you breathing right now? Are your breaths shallow or deep? Are you breathing quickly or slowly? Now think about how you're feeling. You might be feeling anxious, happy, joyful. I'd love for you now to take a quick breath in through your nose and then exhaling slowly. Whether or not you know this, you just engaged in somatic breath work. Somatic interventions are a mind-body therapy that intentionally use deep breathing and movement exercises to increase awareness and also reduce stress. It's practiced with the belief that our emotions, memories, thoughts, and sensations are all interrelated. I often say, move the body and free the mind. So the term somatic has origins in the Greek word soma, which translates to the body. So somatic therapy is really thinking about what pertains to the body, what's connected to the body. Somatic practices are essentially considered to be a bottom-up approach, meaning that the focus is really on yourself, your body, your sensations, your movement as a starting place in healing. Whereas traditional talk therapy is considered a top-down approach, where you're thinking about your thoughts, your feelings as a starting place. I love somatic work so much because for folks who might not be ready to dig in fully to that cognition approach, that thought, that feeling, the body work is a great entry place into healing and kind of starting your journey in mental health. Great, so now we're gonna practice some really easy and effective self-soothing somatic exercises that you can bring into your day-to-day life at any moment when you're feeling a little stressed, a little overwhelmed, to help you kind of center yourself and anchor yourself in the day ahead. So the first one I'm going to show you today is called the butterfly hug. There's two different variations on this one. You can first kind of cross your thumbs like this and bring them to your chest. Or some folks really love kind of crossing their forearms and almost giving themselves a hug. So I'm going to show you just crossing the fingers, the thumbs again, right on the chest here. And just thinking about doing some gentle tapping. You can go ahead and start with me. Let's just see if we can go together for maybe a minute at this time. This is awesome. What we're doing here is practicing a really easy and effective grounding technique that provides self-soothing and, more importantly, regulation to your nervous system. Amazing. Do another couple seconds together here. Okay, kind of slowly bring your tap down, kind of bring yourself back into the present moment. Bring your arms down if you had them on your chest, and just notice simply how you're feeling. Are you a little bit more grounded, a little bit more anchored in your body? And that's the ultimate hope for this exercise. So the next one that we're going to try together is called the Physiological Sigh, one of my ultimate go-to favorites, to be honest. What we're doing here is super simple. It's going to be 2 inhales followed by a really nice deep exhale. I'm going to show it to you first and then give you a chance to try it on your own. So here's what it looks like. Do it one more time. Can give you some really quick relief. So feel free to maybe pause the video now and try it out for yourself. What's really interesting is that physiological sighs were discovered in the 1930s. People naturally go into this state when they're in claustrophobic environments or even in deep sleep. And it happens because there's a buildup of carbon dioxide in the bloodstream, which actually increases the impulse to breathe. We actually have neurons in the brain that know when our carbon dioxide levels have gotten too high. And when the levels do get too high, the neurons trigger an inhale and exhale or a double inhale and exhale. The second inhale is really important because it allows you to offload much more carbon dioxide that's been building up. You can do 1 or 2 of these anytime that you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, and it's going to help to calm you down a lot. So let's try it one more time together. Great, hope that brought you some relief. So now that we've done some breath work and awakened the body a little bit, we're going to transition into some really gentle physical movements. One of my favorites are shoulder rolls, which we're going to practice together now. Okay, so for this one, you can just remain sitting. You can stand up if that's more comfortable. Just going to have your arms down by your side. Whatever feels good for you there. Take a moment to check in with yourself. And what we're going to do is just pretty simply lift our shoulders up to our ears, roll them back, and let them circle down to their starting place. We're going to do this a couple of times. I usually recommend about 8 to 10 repetitions. And this is, again, really releasing any stress or tension that might be building up in the back of your neck and shoulders. We really hold a lot of our stress in this part of our body. So let's practice a little bit again together. Again, arms just gently dangling at the side. We're going to simply lift our shoulders up to our ear. Feel that. Release back. And let them circle downwards. Maybe one more time together. Shoulders up by your ear, swinging back and down gently back to their starting place. I encourage you maybe to try that on your own a couple of times and then check in with your body and yourself afterwards. Hopefully a little bit less tense and a little bit less stressed. The repetitive movements will really allow you to disengage from the invasive looping thoughts that you might be experiencing. It's really similar to meditation in this way. So again, moving the body, freeing the mind, trying out some different techniques that hopefully might work for you. Now that our bodies are warmed up, we're gonna try another exercise called the Salamander. I really love this one as well. It's a great way to kind of break out of those cycles of freeze, fight, and flight that you might be accustomed to or kind of stuck in. So very easily, just kind of position yourself in a chair. So you're sitting comfortably, noticing how your body is feeling, bringing awareness to the present moment. Perfect. So arms are maybe down on your thighs, or if you're more comfortable, down by your side. And I'm gonna model this one for you first, and then we'll try it together. But essentially, we're just gonna kind of tilt our head on either side of your body, right or left, whatever feels good for you today. I'm gonna go on my right side. So a very gentle tilt of the neck, trying to keep my spine in a neutral position. And what we're gonna do next, kind of holding this, is taking our eyes and our gaze down to the floor, maybe focusing on part of the floor. I'm looking at the bottom of my desk, a neutral color, and just staying here for a couple of seconds. And of course, breathing through the body while you're doing this. Great work. And then next, we're gonna stay in the seated position, but our eye gaze is gonna go up towards this ceiling. Head is still tilted. Breathe here for a couple of seconds. And then slowly bring your shoulders, head, and body back to center. Just gonna breathe here together for a moment, noticing how you're feeling, any sensations in your belly, your shoulders, your head or neck. Maybe we're rolling out our shoulders a little bit to get back into the present moment. Great, excellent. The Salamander exercise enhances spinal mobility, really works to reduce tension in the neck, and also promotes whole body connection. It's really inspired by the natural movements of the salamander that promote both fluid motion and nervous system relaxation. The gentle movement of your head, neck, and spine really enhances both spatial and cognitive awareness. The last one that we're going to do together is called the body scan. Many of you may be familiar with this. What we're going to show you today is how you can do this in maybe 2 or 3 minutes, even laying in bed before you get out of bed in the morning for work or school, or even my favorite, at the end of the day, kind of decompressing before I hit the sack. So here we go. I'm going to demonstrate that for you now. And if you want, you can totally follow along with me, whatever feels comfortable, whatever feels good for you today. Okay, great. So right now, I encourage you to, if you're seated, maybe just kind of settle yourself into a comfortable position in your chair. You could also lay down to do this exercise with me today. Whatever is really calling your name, go for it. If you are sitting down, I encourage you maybe either to close your eyes as you follow along with me, or even perhaps have a soft gaze in front of you, which is what I'm going to do with you all today. Just resting, maybe focusing on the floor, your toes, a fun part of your room or your office. And right now, all we're doing together is breathing. Breathing in through the nose, trying to fill our bellies, and gently exhaling. We can do this together a couple of times. And just gaining greater awareness with every breath. Amazing. And now I invite you to bring gentle awareness to your head and to your face. Noticing first any tension in your forehead, maybe letting that go a bit. Focusing on your eye sockets, bringing some tenderness there, some relief. Noticing your jaw. Does it feel a little stuck, a little sore? Bring some warmth, awareness to that part of your body, and just breathing while we're noticing. Right, and next moving to our shoulders and arms. Just taking some inventory here. Are your arms feeling heavy? Bring them down to the side of your body in a gentle fashion. Noticing your elbows, maybe your wrists, your fingertips, and sending some relief and warmth to those parts of your body. And always returning to your breath. Moving to our chest, thinking about your heart, noticing your heartbeat. Is it fast or slow? Bringing awareness to that important life force for all of us. Now moving down to our abdomen, our bellies, our lower backs. Again, noticing if there's any tightness in our stomachs or lower backs. Breathing through that. Focusing awareness, maybe some love and light to that part of the body. And now thinking about our hips, our pelvis. We store so much of our energy here. Is there any tightness that we can bring some relief to in this part of the body? Again, hips, pelvis, our hip sockets, we can store a lot of stress there. And again, not judging, just noticing. Now thinking about our legs, all the way down to our feet. Noticing our thighs, our knees, our calves, our ankles. Is there any tingling, sensations of warmth? Maybe some sensations that are more cool or calm. Again, just noticing here. Bringing some awareness. Maybe wiggling your toes a little bit, sending some energy there, and always returning to your breath. Now I invite you to think about the whole body connection, right? We went from our head all the way to our toes. I invite you to think about a wave of relaxation moving from the top of your head all the way down to your toes, and just embracing that wave of relaxation, that sense of calm, trying to hold on to that for a moment. And then gently, there's no rush here. We're just gonna slowly return to some awareness of where we're either sitting or laying, noticing how we're feeling. If your eyes were down, you may slowly begin to lift them up. And just taking one final breath together in through the nose, filling the body, and then exhaling through the mouth. Thanks, everyone. I hope that was enjoyable, relaxing. That awareness can really bring relief when we notice the different parts of the body. Some are more in our awareness than others. But again, a simple body scan is something that you can do whenever you feel compelled to. A couple minutes, that's all you need. Thanks so much, everyone. I hope you had a lot of fun. I know I sure did. If you're looking for more information, please check out the links in the description for more somatic exercises that you can bring into your day-to-day life. And we'll see you next time.